Hey y'all, what up, y'all? I'm just about to dive right in. This is right here is a crazy time in the movie industry, man. Like when you start to hear things like this, it's starting to really get annoying to people. And people are just I think they're burnt out with all the wokeness, pushing agendas. They gotta check all these different boxes, ESG scores and pushing agendas, identity politics, race swaps, women empowerment groups, male gazing in games. You can't even have beautiful women in games because of woke activists. And I'm just like so fed up with the movie industry and the gaming industry with this part. It's like a split down the middle. Marvel can't even get all of their fan base back anymore. They only can get like 50%, 60% back due to pushing all these woke agendas down everybody's throat for so long. And now it appears that Harry Potter have picked up this same bullcrap that we have been screaming from the mountaintop to stop doing. This has to be the most delusional activists have invaded movie, gaming, comic book, TV shows that we have ever seen in entertainment history, period. The last administration opened the door to just go buck wild with identity politics. No matter what it is, they're allowed to add it in the movie, regardless of how big the companies and franchises are. Like Disney was one of the biggest juggernauts. They barely can crack 500 million now. They used to be hitting up to almost a billion or a billion plus. Of course, you do have, exceptions like Avatar, Deadpool, Black Panthers of the world, and probably like Thor movies, Spider-Mans. Of course, you have those big juggernauts. But when you get Harry Potter to jump on board with the woke activists and they're bringing it to their TV shows and they want to race swap Black Snape into Harry Potter, this is just like, why? Haven't y'all seen you go woke, you go broke? Haven't they seen Disney crying to the mountaintops? They want Gen Z to come back. They want men to come back because they told us they didn't need men anymore due to politics, into movies, TV shows, gaming. This stuff is getting out of control. They open the door and you can only get so many out at a time because they're under contract. What is like 5-10 year contract? I heard another content creator said the same thing. He said, are they under contract or something? Like, did they sound like a 5-10 year deal? Like you have to do this or you get sued or something? Because we're like, if you're gonna what are we doing here? You taking one of the biggest franchises, Harry Potter, with Hogwarts Legacy game out, big AAA banger, all the Harry Potter movies, big blockbuster hit, smash hit movies, books, fan base, and this is what you do. You slap your fan base in the face due to some controversial thing that the author or the writer or whatever she said or against people. And back in the day, they're still holding that against this franchise. You have people still boycotting against that. And then now you saying, well, since they disagree with her, they want to feel like, okay, now we can do what we want with the franchise or something. Like we just running into the ground now. With Disney doing it, Marvel doing it, Star Wars doing it. See how they're leading by example with all of these woke activists. It just goes on. It's just a cycle, and that's why we can't really get out of it, because they open the door to let these monsters out of the cage. They invaded entertainment business. It don't matter if it's movies, TV shows, comic books. They invaded it all. Disney opened the door because they felt like they were too big to fail. And I'm catching that same thing from Harry Potter. With Black Snape, race swap, from what they're saying, they're going to have a TV show with him being race swapped. And it just came across my desk and I was just looking at it and I'm like, when is this going to stop? Like, okay, y'all woke activists have proven your point that y'all can destroy anything y'all touch. Anything y'all touch. you will destroy it. And if you have shareholders, Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, and now HBO jumping on board trying to bring out a big smash hit like Harry Potter, and you throw that one woke thing in there, we know you had to check that box. We know you took some of that ESG money, that BlackRock, Vanguard money. We know you did. We know these woke activists are paying millions, probably if not billions, to invade the movie industry, gaming, with male gazing. They have to make ugly women characters. Look at 007. The women in there look hot garbage. Look at Fable. Hot garbage. Look at Horizon Zero Dawn. You know what I'm saying? Hot garbage characters. Ugly. But ugly. To push an agenda. They have to check a box. Why? Why you gotta check? For what? Why can't you just go back to the early 2000s and 90s and down when we were having fun? It's like they're sucking the fun out of all of the movies, games, and TV shows because they're miserable, because they can't push an agenda. So they're gonna make us miserable. That's what politics do. They like to debate. They feed off of that. It's like they're hungry. It's like the more you push back, the more they push back. It's a never ending cycle. A never ending story. It's tug of war. It's like push and pull, and that's the way they made the movie industry now. And then you have all the higher ups are saying, well, why are the movies flopping? And then when they had to come to the biggest content creators on YouTube, Twitch, wherever, Twitter, and it comes to a point where even big time people like Snoop Dogg have to step up and say, hey man, we don't need this in Disney movies. We don't need this in Marvel, Star Wars, or now even HBO series finna be Harry Potter with race swaps. You don't have to do this anymore. You can just focus on writing good storytelling, sticking to source material. Just stick to that. Marvel and Disney have better things to do, like work on CGI, making that better. But if you're spending more time on the story than sticking to source material, the actual characters, but you want your story to overshadow, like Harry Potter, they want this to hype the show up. You think people are going to be happy about you're pissing 50% of your fan base already probably checking out. So you're probably gonna have to walk that back and recast that and say, you know what, yeah, we're gonna walk that back. Just let them do voiceover for these little minions and these little munchkins that's on the show. Like I heard somebody even threw that out there, like don't make him, walk that back. Some stuff we are since the new administration, a year or so in production, y'all had way more than enough time to walk this back. They refuse to. So somebody's at the top is fighting and standing on business with pushing agendas, identity politics, and checking boxes. So we don't know who those people are. We just see the films and the movies, TV shows, and comic books when they come out. And then later on, they come out with articles like 5 years later, like Disney saying, okay, now we want Gen Z man back. We're trying to win some of the millennials, Gen X and boomers back with Star Wars, Marvels, and Disney fans. A lot of women are upset because they're taking, the fun and the storytelling. We are going to the movies and playing games to escape the world, okay? To live in this fairy tale land, to escape the world and politics. We don't want to bring it to the games, TV shows, movies, and comic books. We don't need your politics shoved in everything. Like, it's just annoying at this point. It's just annoying. And I'm so happy that the content creators are stepping up and they're sticking together. That's what's making me happy. Because without content creators, without the YouTubers, people tweeting, the Twitchers or whoever standing up, celebrities, whoever coming together to speak out against this woke trash, like Snoop Dogg, big shout out to him, even though he kind of had to come back and double back and apologize, but he didn't mean no harm. He was just breaking it down and explaining it. And the people took it and ran with it because they got offended because they don't understand, because there's nobody to bring them truth. Pushing all this abomination on everybody. Don't nobody want this trash shoved down their throat. If you're straight, if you're Christian, spiritual, you don't want this. But if you tell the demonic demons over there in Hollywood, they're shoving all these agendas down, they don't care. See, they live a high lifestyle at the top of the mountain that nobody else can say anything to them because they're millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, zillionaires, however much money they got. They're too prideful. Their pride and ego have took over movies, gaming, TV shows, and then when stuff flop like Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, Concord in gaming, some of the worst flops in gaming. And now you want to try to destroy Harry Potter with the same thing? I mean, yeah, it's been a while since movies probably have dropped. You want to try to, bring it back and get everybody back into the feel of Harry Potter due to you got Universal Studios and selling all his merchandise and merch. Everybody running around with their little capes and wands and everything, having fun. And now this is announced. Like it's always somebody to just throw a monkey wrench in the middle of fun. It's always like this party pooper, this Debbie Downer wants to be included in everything that if I can't see myself in it, I'm not going to make it. That is a woke activist thought process and mentality. If I can't see myself in it, then I'm not going to make it. You see the delusion? Having Disney have came out and told everybody, okay, we walking it back. We're trying to get back to quality, but we signed. They know they signed their life away to check those boxes with those ESG scores from BlackRock and Vanguard. All you got to do is sign on a dotted line. You're going to get millions, but in return, you're going to lose a lot of fans long term. So you want that upfront money, but on the long term, your franchise is going to start to decline and die out, and everybody's going to go somewhere else. So that's the risk you're willing to take. Then, hey, by all means, do you. I don't think you want to go that route. That's a road that you do not want to try to go down. But being that we have so many entitled little brats in movies, entertainment, TV shows, gaming, comic books, there's so many little nerds that's little wimps, little beta simps, and do anything for to push agendas or empowerment groups or money. This is what's destroying our entertainment. They have just completely threw a monkey wrench in the middle of the fun. We're playing a game and they say, wait, hit pause on it right quick. We want to push this agenda. We feel like we can make, this character in Harry Potter a race swap. How do you feel about that? That passed the board meeting. So this is what you came up with at the board meeting instead of focusing on source material to push an agenda in the middle of that. Who allowed that? We want to see the person that signed off on that. They won't never show their face. The directors, the writers, the producers. Who's signing off on this trash? So they don't want to see. They're cowards. They want to push their agenda, but they don't want to show themselves and say, okay, I'm the one that's doing it. They don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But they want to destroy these people's franchises. So that's a deceiver to me. That's somebody that's not, they don't have the best in your interest. It's just to push their agenda on how they personally feel, on their feelings and emotions, but they want to put it on the big screen so they can feel good about their insecurities. But that don't have nothing to do with us. It don't. It really don't. And for them to stoop this low and drag it out this long and destroy all of these big franchises and entertainment, period, is disgusting to the people, the fan base, the diehard fans, the ones that stuck by these franchises to make them grow and be what they are today. Is they're spitting in the fan base face, and that's a disrespectful to them. And they're wondering why everything is flopping, from Disney to Marvel to Star Wars, and now it's probably gonna be Harry Potter. Like you see Disney can't even crack $1 billion anymore, can't even crack 500 million. Everything is flopping, and you think it's gonna this is the definition of insanity, to keep doing the same thing over and over again, hoping you're going to get different results. It don't make any sense. I don't get it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all don't get it either. And I'm gonna leave it right there, but we're gonna continue this. This is some bull crap. So y'all already know what to do, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, click that notification bell, subscribe, so you guys can be notified on all of the new latest and greatest news out here in these streets. Peace.